Yeah, you know what it is. It's the Daily Observation, baby. Chris Cash, 12/4/25. Daily Observation, this is the daily. Daily Observation, baby, this the daily. Daily Observation, we gon' talk about it. Daily Observations, we gon' talk about it. Chris Cash here, 12/4/25. December 4th, 25. December 4th, 25, and we here. December 4th, 25, and we here. This the Daily Observation. This the Daily Observation. We gonna go ahead and kick it how we supposed to kick it. Daily Observation. This the Daily Observation. Daily Observation. This is the Daily Observation. Yeah. What up? It's Chris Cash. 12/4/25. It's a little later than usual. We still in the morning though. We ain't quite hit noon yet. But you know, I just been doing what I do. And I just been hyped about the next stages of life, right? I did my writing earlier, and that was the first thing I did was write, just get it, get my thoughts from my head. I had a lot of dreams last night, so that was good. So every time I feel like when I have dreams, the dreams ain't really literal of what it's like an abstract idea of what your brain is going through. But also I feel when you have dreams, that is your subconscious mind kind of like solidifying different things or exporting different ideas and just kind of either categorizing, organizing stuff in because your brain is is a big computer, right? It's so I feel like it's either like organizing files or whatnot, and that's what it was doing. So I always tell myself when I'm having dreams and stuff, like that's a good thing. So tons of dreams, tons of sleep. I'm well rested. Ready to get it. After that, I started reading again. I'm off the Art of War book, but now I'm reading this real estate book by that one guy from the BiggerPockets, David Greene or something like that. Yeah, so I'm reading that book about real estate, because I'm really Las Vegas is for sale, baby. Chris Cash, the realtor, right? So I'm reading it, and it's a lot of stuff is really, really practical, right? And what I notice when you read a lot of different types of books, or a lot of books, success leaves clues. A lot of times everyone has the same type of principles and same type of ideas. Either they borrowed from each other or it's just what it is. It just you see a pattern of what it is. Because the book I had read, previously was a Donald Miller's book called The StoryBrand, right? And one of his biggest things was saying that if you confuse, you lose. It's all about clarity. You know what I'm saying? It's all about clarity with your message, right? For a brand, StoryBrand, right? Now, when I'm reading this real estate book on how to be successful as a real estate agent, right? It's saying the same thing. It's saying you can't confuse the clients. Clarity, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, And then and one thing that's really interesting. What kind of really made me more interested in real estate too is this might be too loud. Is that I'm in the section of the book where he's talking about different tools to be successful, and he's saying that real estate is hugely psychology, right? And that makes a lot of sense, because at the end of the day, it is, right? It is psychology. How different personalities act and react to certain things, and your job is somewhat of a counselor, somewhat of a therapist, right? And it makes so much sense, and that's why I really jumped into real estate, because I felt it was one of the highest form of helping people, right? Because at the end of the day, everything that I do is to motivate and to help you know, it's really just to be what it is to be, to live the life that you want to live, right? and that's what we do this, and that's why I'm doing this, and that's why, I guess why what's the meaning of what we're doing, right? It's to create the best possible situation or the best possible life, the best possible simulation. You know, that's what we're here to do. Like, what is gonna make the quality of life better? You know, and that's why I jumped into doing art, because I feel art makes life so much better. You know, we've been inspired by different art, whether it be movies, whether it be music, whether it be looking at something beautiful. You know, when you go sightseeing, right? You're really just looking at art, right? When you go hiking and you see the vast land, that's natural art. You're just looking and you just in awe of it. You know, when you travel, when you go to different, you know, places, you're seeing the architecture and you're seeing the art of the different places, and it makes you feel some type of way, right? You know, it's the art. That's why, you know what I'm saying, the art of war, the art of business, the arts. And it's crazy to see that coming up in the traditional school system, that art was kind of like looked down upon. You weren't as smart. You're not smart if you do art. Au contraire. Au contraire. Art is everything to me. Art is science and all that wonderful stuff. You know, this is the art of creating the life. We architect the life that we want to create, you know? All right, so anyways, we've been talking a lot about, what is it called? AI, right? AI and how it's gonna take the world over. Well, it's not gonna take the world over, but I just feel that, I mean, it can. I just feel this is the time period. This is the same time period that was going on when the internet hit, right? We were living life, we were doing what we do, and then we had the internet. We're like, okay, what the hell is internet? Blah blah. Then, bow, it blew up. Same thing here. Same thing here. It's the same frequency. It's the same patterns. It's the same thing. It's just the next level of everything that we're doing, you know? And I love it. I'm the type of person who welcomes change. Welcomes change, because everything in life changes, bro. The only thing consistent in life is change. For real, for real. You can count on everything changing. You can count on that. One thing, okay, when I was in counseling, this is random ideas, I'm just letting it go because it's daily observation, you just let it flow, right? In counseling, a lot of people would talk about problems going on and things going on, and then I remember the counselor would say, hey, just know everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Think about that. That feeling that you got right now, that's temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything changes. Just know that. Where you gonna go from there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta build from there, and we just keep building. And as I'm documenting this process, and I'm documenting my ideas and my thoughts and where I want to take it, you know, sometimes I just want to turn up, right? I just want to go ahead and turn up. Let motherfuckers know, like, get up off your ass and do what you need to do. I'm tired of you, you know, crying and complaining about this. Do something about it. I just want to say that sometimes, you know? And then other times, I just want to be like, it's okay. Everything is okay. You're going to be all right. You know? Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying about AI. Oh, yeah. So after I got done shooting all my content, I've been shooting daily, bow content, because that's where I'm at. Long form content, you know what I'm saying? And just just going in. So after I got done with that, I was like, fuck, I got hell of like film footage that I have to. So I got long form, I got short form that I have to edit, schedule, pick the schedule, bro. I was stressing out, like not stressing out, but I was just like overwhelmed with everything, right? You know what I do, bro? I asked AI. I was like, hey, help me organize my content schedule. Let me like, as far as within my schedule as a full-time father, you know what I'm saying? These are the non-negotiables, you know, dinner, you know, make sure I get enough rest, formulate my schedule. Boom. It gave me my schedule. I was like, oh, okay. I saw a couple things. I'm like, well, let me change. I need this, I need time for this and this. Boom. Put it out for me. And I was like, damn. So, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow that schedule, like what time to do, what time. That way it's easier, you know what I'm saying? Like you always wanted to have like a assistant. So I was just like, well, I started putting the spreadsheets and everything, and I was like, well, there's gotta be an easier way. Can you just put that into my Google Calendar? And then it showed me, and then boom, now I got it all in my Google Calendar of exactly what I need to do. So it's like, do the daily observations, boom, upload it, and then it sets times for me to do the editing. It sets time for me to do the posting, and when to post, and when to post these contents, bro. It's a whole system that is moving. I originally did it for to have an assistant do it, right? And then I was like, damn, okay, this is what it's gonna look like once I got my assistant, right? I don't have an assistant. Well, I still gotta, you know, interview for assistants, because everybody that's on the team now has got to be 100% solid with the mission and clear on what's going on here, right? So I made it look like, what does this look like with my assistants and how it works. So I have a system to where boom, I get up, I record the content, the different topics that I need to talk about and get out there into the world, and then have a system. And I even said, like, my computer is going kind of crazy right now by random files everywhere. Give me a suggested organization of how the files is, and boom, it gave it to me. You know what I mean? So I was you know, deep into that, right? And then my new single came out. Peak season came out. So I started dabbling with the visuals for them. So I started getting my visuals ready and getting my plan of this peak season single launch. So I started getting that, and I was like, I gotta cut it. I gotta go to bed. So I hella cut it. I took another melatonin. I was like, bro, the boy need to go back to bed. So yeah, and I fell asleep because I took like 10 milligrams of melatonin, and then I was gone. And then I'm up, well, refreshed, information exported and rendered into the mind of Chris Cashavelli. So now I'm here, I'm doing this. And then as I was reading the book, the real estate book, I was like, okay, let me go deeper into the real estate world. So I think today, because every day I'm gonna be doing content. That's what I do, right? I'm a creator. I create content, whether it be music, whether it be visuals, whether it be presentations, or you know what I'm saying, like working on my live content, you know what I'm saying? That's the one thing, you know what I'm saying? You got one thing. What's the one thing? That's the one thing. So I just gotta perfect my art and my craft of being able to articulate myself and do what I need to do and put it out there and just get the things that needs to be done. And so yeah, what I was saying was I'm working on the real estate stuff. So just really creating these pieces, these real estate pieces, so it's 100% clear the clarity. I want to be as clear as possible to be able to say, if somebody wants to get into real estate, or if somebody wants to, invest in real estate, or buy a property or sell a property, I want to create content that is going to be 100% helpful to understanding everything they need to understand about this, so it's not a foreign language. And I'm gonna do it with real estate, right? And then I'm gonna do it with stocks, and I'm gonna do it with companies next. And then I'm gonna do it with government. Oh, and I'm gonna do it with everything. That's my one talent. You know what I'm saying? That's my one skill. My one skill is that of a director or producer and artist of taking chaos, of taking ideas here and taking it there, and the raw material, and then refining it, taking raw talent, bringing it in and refining it. I would like to say that's my gift. That's what I was put here to do. In any form, way, or fashion, that is the way we do things. Like if you a company, right? If you a company and you trying to figure out how to get more sales and market your business, it's me taking all the ideas and making it into a clear, concise message that people can find you and you can make money. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Chris Cash, Cashavelli, Vegas Live Media. And these are just my thoughts of the daily observation. So as I'm going through, my hand is feeling a lot better though, by the way. Pretty soon I'm gonna get back to boxing, bro. I miss boxing. Pow, pow. Getting back in the gym. You feel me? So what was I about to say? I was about to say living life, enjoying life, and at the same time knowing your boundaries, right? You gotta know your boundaries. Gotta let the beat go. Yeah, gotta let the beat flow. Tapped into the frequency. I always like to talk about the frequency. Yeah, I like to talk about the frequency. Yeah, I like to talk about the frequency. This is what it is. This is what it is. I be out here handling my biz. This the daily observation, man. Hope you all but there understand. Gotta pop, 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 pop. Sometimes it's pop, 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 pop. It's all about the flow, you know. Yeah. New single out. Peak Season. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Peak Season. It's really all about the top. When you feel like you there, like you just, let's get that energy, that vibe is where we at right now, you know? It's like you just want to go hang out. You got the crew, everything is good. And if it's not good, you're going to come to this space and feel better. Because at the end of the day, that's what it really is all about. That's what it's really all about. As I go ahead and get this out, let me get all my thoughts out to the camera. Yeah, Chris Cash, I got the stamina. Yeah, panoramic views when I go through. And you ain't know, I be all up in the booth, caps. Yeah, you know what it is, daily observation. Yeah, I think that's about it, man. That's about it. I don't know what else I could talk about, but boom, we in there, we out there. 12/4/25. It's about middle of the day type stuff. And then we out. Peace. Daily ops. Gone. Love y'all. Gone. Peace. Bow.